Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn. During hour 2, we're going to be spending some time with Sigrid Frey Revere. She has a doctorate and is also an attorney. We're going to be talking about living donor. She is a living donor advocate, and she helps people who want to donate, say, a kidney, and protects them. We'll find out more about that during hour 2 of Late Night Health. We'll also spend some time with Barbara Valentine and talk about the 50 Plus report. Right now we go to Los Angeles, California, and Lisa Watts, who is the creator and founder of MolecularBody, or MOBO. Lisa, what is MOBO all about?
Well, MOBO is all about creating a maximum health for our clients, especially the ones that are in high performance, either jobs or athletes, and it's kind of like a one-shop product for them.
And what does it do?
Well, the whole idea of this is to maximize how the body creates energy, uses energy, and creates hormones and uses hormones throughout your day. Even when you're sleeping, it's actually an amazing product to help you sleep better. It balances you. And when it's in the performance aspect, it kind of gives you that little extra kick to knock you over that edge. As I actually have a celebrity using it, and she does spin class, and she can't go through her spin class without it.
I couldn't walk up the stairs to the spin class without it, so we'll have to talk about that. One of the things that you and I were talking about is that you started out, you were going to become a doc. You have a degree in biochemistry, and life got in the way, but you're still in the healthcare business, in the healthcare field. To me, this is an alternative kind of a product. Would you agree or disagree with that?
It is. It is an alternative. It's a lifestyle. It is a product that my clients add to their regimen, and they actually stop taking the multiple of vitamins. If you go to anyone's home, you'll see they have 5 to 6 different things that they take every day, 3 or 4 times a day. This actually, once you start taking the MolecularBody product, you kind of stop taking all the other stuff.
Wow. Is this for both men and women?
It's for everybody, especially I love it for more the mature people who need that extra energy, because younger population under the age of 25, I mean, they're just full of energy. They eat McDonald's all day long, and they're perfectly fine with all their energy, and they can go until 3 hours in the morning. But mostly everyone over the age of 30 or with a family and have high-stress jobs and have a high-stress lifestyle, this is something that gives you that extra kick without you doing all the monster drinks and the caffeine. The reason why I do love this particular product is it gives you the same energy that a pot of coffee will give you without all the jitters. You just feel better in the end, and it doesn't have a negative effect to the body.
One shot is like drinking a pot of coffee?
Well, you'll totally understand it when you take it, but it's very similar. It actually got me off of coffee. I used to drink a pot of coffee a day, and this is back before, because I'm actually a cancer survivor, 7 years.
Oh, congratulations. That's wonderful. Thank God.
And one of the things that I had, this is how this product actually got developed, is that I did a lot of research on how to strengthen the cell's energy. I tried to learn what causes cancer, the inflammation aspect of cancer, why I have it, and how do I combat it, let my body naturally combat it. And one of the things that I realized is that my cells need the energy to actually combat any type of negative reaction to the body. And
inflammation, of course, has become known as a precursor to every kind of disease out there.
Everything, no matter what it is, it stems down from inflammation. And when we have inflammation, it weakens our cells, as we all know. It weakens our cells, it weakens our lymphatic system, and then we just do things on top of it to weaken it even more. We take medications over the counter that weakens our immune system, makes us feel better, but our immune system gets weakened. If you look at it, it has a lot of sugars in it, and again, sugars causes inflammation. And one of the reasons why this product was developed is kind of balance that, especially the sugar intake that we all have. a lot of, no matter where we turn, we're taking sugar in. Can't get away from it.
You can't. People cook with it. It's in things like bread. It's in ketchup. Why it needs to be in ketchup is beyond me, but they put it in ketchup.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in mustard, however.
No.
Unless it's
but
honey
you got
mustard.
vinegar and mustard.
Yes, you have. Is vinegar a good thing in your opinion?
Vinegar, it is. Especially apple cider vinegar is a good thing. Some of the white distilled vinegar is basically good for cleaning, and that's pretty much it, or sterilizing, but other than, eating it. But that's usually what's in the foods, is the white vinegar.
Patricia Bragg is a friend of the Late Night Health family, and she was one of the first people, she and her father, as you probably know, came up with apple cider vinegar as a health benefit, and the benefits from that.
It's a great health benefit, apple cider vinegar, especially for the digestion.
Right now, what's very popular is kombucha. In fact, Barbara Valentine, we're having lunch, and I offered to buy her some, and she turned me down because it's a very strong vinegar taste, but it has a lot of probiotic benefits to it. Are you into kombucha?
I do actually love kombucha. I love it for the digestive system. One of the biggest problems in American diet is how our upper intestine is absorbing nutrients. We're not getting nearly the nutrients out of the food when we're eating. We're not getting food with nutrients. And then our upper intestine isn't absorbing nutrients because of a lot of the fungus and bile. It's like a debris that's in our stomach, in our intestinal system that just sits there. And we just don't eat right. And I listen to people all the time, especially about going to the bathroom, taking a number 2, as I would say. People
Thanks,
go 3
Mom.
to 4 days. I didn't want to be rude. But people go 3 to 4 days, and they just don't understand. When you're not expelling yourself, you're actually causing a lot of inflammation in the upper body, diseases of... That's a whole nother story for us.
Right, we'll do that again. But at the same time, our grandmothers, if they didn't go every day at 8 a.m., they thought they were constipated and they take a laxative.
They did.
Right?
It's not a bad thing, and they took a lot of their natural laxatives.
A lot of them took a lot of harsh laxatives. You wouldn't want to go into that restroom after they were in there. I mean, it was bad.
But it was very important if you think about the amount of food. Look at the food on your plate, and you haven't gone to the bathroom in 3 days. That's just crazy to me.
Absolutely. I actually knew an editor who died because he hadn't gone in over a month. And he just didn't think anything about it. I don't know how well he felt. I would imagine he didn't feel good at all. Mm-hmm. But being impacted like that is very common, especially when you're eating sugar and other white things like bread and not having a lot of nutrients in your diet.
Right, and the other thing is that people don't understand is our foods are so genetically modified and changed, and the whole molecular structure of just even our vegetables and our fruits, they've been changed. But we need those enzymes in the fruits and vegetables to digest, and these are taken out. That's why that apple will sit on your counter for 4 to 6 months. I mean, I couldn't even believe my son did a project, and there was an apple sitting there on the counter. We cut it open. It was rotted in the center, dead center of the apple, but the outer skin of the apple was perfect. The white meat was perfect, but it was rotting in the center core of it.
Our guest is Lisa Watson. We have something in common in that our sons are both chefs. And
yeah.
I'm assuming that's the chef who did that experiment.
That is the chef, yes, exactly the one who did that. He's been into food, and he's the one that really brought my attention to it. He learned in New Zealand. He actually lived in New Zealand from 14 and on, and that's where he learned about food and how the United States processes food, which when I came down with cancer, that was his big concern about the different, the types of foods we eat and why we're eating. He wanted me to move to New Zealand while I was recovering.
While the food in New Zealand, my understanding is more nutrient packed than what we have here in the States.
Very much, yes.
Right,
yes.
And that food in general is not the same food that we had 30, 40, 50, or 100 years ago. We have a question from Barbara.
Lisa, you said earlier that you're a cancer survivor.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering, did your diet help you are you in remission?
I am in remission. I didn't go through any chemo. I did have surgery. But I did not go through chemotherapy. Chemotherapy was not in alignment with my thought process. I'm not going to weaken the body, even though we're weakening the cancer cells. I didn't want to weaken the rest of the cells around my body. I wanted it to do its job. They're programmed to do that job, to fight this off. And so why would I hurt my army? Why would I disable my army to disable my enemy? It doesn't make any sense. So what I decided to do was literally hammer down on nutrients, the proper nutrients in the proper way. I learned from many different, I read everything that was out there that was possible, and I just decided, I told my doctor, listen, give me 6 months. Just give me 6 months. Let me get my CA-125 scans down. Let me show you that I can do this without going through chemotherapy. And so they gave me 6 months, and I have been cancer-free for 7 years.
That is really terrific. What kind of cancer, if I may ask, did you have?
I got diagnosed with HPV first, and then that's when they found the uterine cancer on me. And then, of course, they probe everything that you have, and then they had colon cancer, where, again, the digestion aspect comes into play.
Got it.
And I don't even use toothpaste anymore. I mean, I am so against toothpaste. I do brush my teeth every day, mind you.
Thank you.
I use the natural. My teeth have been stronger than ever. They're not sensitive. My digestion is perfectly on board. You know, you can put a clock to it. And I believe that a lot of diseases that we have and the health issues that we have stems on how we treat our digestive system and ourselves.
At toothpaste, there are in many toothpaste there are harsh chemicals that have been used to they're fungicides, if I'm remembering correctly. And there was a whole thing about a year ago. We covered it. I think Colgate-Palmolive had it in their Colgate toothpaste, which they've since removed. But there's still other things. I mean, even in shampoo, there's sodium lauryl sulfate, which you can buy at a hardware store, and you use that to remove.
Clean your garage.
Yeah, to take sludge off your floor in your garage. Why would you put that in your shampoo?
Why? So
Terrible.
I actually came up with this formula because with all the research that I actually did when I have had the issues, I couldn't find what I wanted in one thing. I could take, I literally would have 12 different things on my countertop, but then I would have to take too much of one thing and not enough of another. And you got to remember, when it says recommended daily dose, that's the minimum requirement.
Exactly.
So people saying, "Oh, I'm taking my vitamin C," but you're taking the minimum requirement.
And of course, taking 12 or 14 pills a day, it can also mess with your digestion. Our guest is Lisa Watts. She is the founder of MolecularBody, or MOBO. We're going to talk more about the product coming up in just a few seconds. Join us at latenighthealth.com. You'll see a picture of Lisa, you'll see an article about her, and you'll learn more about her product. I'm Mark Alyn, along with our gang here in studio, and we welcome you to join us at latenighthealth.com. More coming up. Don't go away.